If you're running webinars or about to launch one, slides are the least important part. I'm going to show you how to build a webinar system that converts in 2026. First, I want to let you know the webinar isn't the problem. The system around it is. Most coaches build slides and skip everything else. 1 weak link breaks the entire funnel. You can see that most coaches build one slide deck and they think they're done with the webinar. But what converts is worrying about all these different stages. What traffic is coming in? What does the opt-in page look like? What does the thank you page look like? What SMS, emails are they getting? What do the actual slide deck and the script look like that you say during the webinar? What are you tracking exactly? What are you going to do after the webinar is done? How many times you can email, call, and text them? And how are you going to close deals after this is done? Your action step here, based on this now, should be map out your current funnel and circle every stage you don't have yet. If you're running webinars currently and all you have is a slide deck, you know you have work to do. Next, I want to get into the traffic that comes into the webinar. There's 2 different routes that you can use to drive traffic to your webinars. First, I'll go into paid ads. Before you even write an ad, if you have no experience, open the Meta ad library. Search for creators that are in your niche. Find your competitors. Filter for active ads, and the ones that are running the longest are likely still converting. If it's someone like as I'm showing you here, they run like a shit ton of ads. So if they're running a shit ton of ads, the ones that are most recent are probably similar to the ones that they came out in that time period. So he's basically testing different hooks, different bodies, and different CTAs. Now, not everyone's just making basic business and general business content. Find people that are your competitors and find people that are in your niche and go see what ads they're running. Even if they're not running ads to webinars, they're likely running ads to their VSL funnel, to their book a call funnel, to their quiz funnel. Whatever they're running, the ad creative can still be used to your advantage. All you have to change is the call to action at the end. The same thing for organic content. Find where your competitors are doing and replicate it to a certain extent. If you have working content already, if you already know how to get views, that's fine. Just change the CTA to let everybody know that, hey, I'm running a webinar. Click the link in the bio, comment the keyword. Now you know that the content is going to drive people to that opt-in page and then the thank you page, which I'll go into next. Your action here should be go to the Meta ad library, search for people in your niche, find your competitors and find ads, take them, copy the ad link, go into Wistia, paste it, and you can look at the transcript of the video as well and use it to your advantage and script your own ad. Next is the registration page. The first page someone sees as soon as they click your ad or click the link in your bio or comment the keyword and receive the link. The opt-in page is super important. Above the fold, you have to call out your audience. You have to have the headline, the subhead, registration form. Below the fold, you want to have what they'll learn, testimonials, who's hosting, and why they should trust them. The piece that most people don't do right now, that I've been seeing a lot of people that run webinars successfully are doing, is they have a static thumbnail at the top. So if you click it, an opt-in form pops up. As you can see on the right side, I just clicked the video and an opt-in form popped up. So I'm just showing you some of my clients' webinar funnels on the right over here. But it's nothing playing. It's like a GIF. It's just a video that's automatically playing. You just click it and the form pops up. And if they want to watch the video, they're going to go to the next page. If they don't, they're going to press X. They're going to read the rest of the landing page and then go on. If you're running meta ads, a good pointer I have is some people like to have meta forms. Instead of having a meta form, when they click the button for your ad, just take them straight to the landing page. And then the landing page will sell them on if they should be opting into this and if this is right for them. Your action step here should be swap your open form on your actual landing page to a static thumbnail. Just a playing video of the video that's on the next page. It's moving. They're going to think that they want to watch it. They're going to click it and the opt-in form is going to pop up. And again, I've been seeing this work for a lot of people recently. Next is a thank you page. So 40 to 60% of registrants never show up. This page is very responsible for that. Now, obviously, there's a video up here, which is the post-booking video. In there, there's a couple different things that go on. You want to reinforce their decision. You want to tell them the logistics of what platform is the class going to be on, what time is it at, what environment should they be in? Should they be in a quiet place? Should they be in their car? Should they be walking around? Let them know how they should show up to your class. And you want to have them reflect on their own situation. Ask them questions about their goals. Ask them questions about why they've been stuck in them. What's their biggest challenge? Why are they trying to push through and make this happen for themselves? Also, make sure you build their urgency by asking the cost of skipping the class. Make them feel the effect of what they'd be losing out on if they miss the class. Clearly, they're on your thank you page for a reason. Clearly, they opted in for a reason. Reinforce that decision. Tell them what to do next. Go check your email. Join this Instagram broadcast channel. Join the free school. Here's a free lead magnet. Do everything you can to nurture these people before they show up, because then they're going to be way more inclined to watch the whole thing and buy your service. Your action step here should be record a 90-second post-booking video. It could be 2 minutes long as well. And add it to your thank you page so people can listen to you before they join your webinar. Next is the pre-webinar SMS cadence. SMS is generally used for just reminders, but the first one that you send out as soon as somebody opts in is a question. This is going to unlock a lot of things for you. You're going to make conversation with somebody, give you a chance to see why they're opting into it, what they want to hear from you, why they're joining the class. You can see here's an example of what we do for the barbershop offer is, hey, first name, you're registered for Zach's free live class on Wednesday. Quick question for you. What's the number one thing you're hoping to get out of it? Reply back and it will make sure Zach covers it. You could send it as a rep. You could send it as the creator themselves. You could choose to decide on your own. If you're the creator, it will land better. And they're way more inclined to answer, especially if you have people on the other end, setters, DM setters, AI bot to respond back. You can see here, the first immediate text they get is a question. The rest are all reminders, pretty much the day before and the day of. Again, your action step here should be write a first question-based SMS and set it to immediately send as soon as somebody registers for your webinar. You know how to use Zapier, you know how to use Go High Level. Make sure that as soon as they opt in, they get a message with a question that they can respond to. Next thing is that email cadence before they join the webinar and when they opt into that registration page. Emails are so powerful and they shift beliefs before people even show up. Here are 5 different types of emails we send out. We send out 5 emails a day leading up to the webinar. We usually promote for 5 to 7 days leading up to the webinar. I like to run them weekly for my clients at the moment. But each email can do 1 of 5 different things. It could be a value-driven email. Here's a subject. The one thing most barbers get wrong about client revenue. So you know they're going to learn some game in there. You're going to teach them something tied to their pain. Another type of email is the proof emails. How Mike went from 3 to 9 chairs in 6 months. Show them what winning feels like and what kind of people work with you, what kind of results people get by working with you. Next is objection handling emails. The subject is, I don't have time for this right now. Read this. A lot of people think they don't have time to attend webinars. Clearly they opted in, they need help with the problem, but they still may not want to join because they have to go to someone's birthday. They have to go get lunch with somebody, but you got to tell them why they should be attending this, why they should skip out on that birthday or skip out on that lunch and join this class so they have a chance to change their life, improve their business, improve their relationship with their kid, whatever the offer is. Another type of email you can send is a reframing email. You want to reframe the way they look at things, limiting beliefs, the way they go about holding themselves. Here's a subject. You don't have a marketing problem, you have a system problem. What this is saying is some people label themselves as having a marketing problem. In reality, they know how to get eyeballs. They just don't know how to convert them, which is a systems thing. You reframe how they see the situation, and now they're looking at things in the lens of you as a coach. Another type of email you could send is an urgency type of email. Here's the subject. Doors close in 6 hours. Here's what you'll miss. You're building the urgency for them. If they miss the class, this is exactly what they're going to miss out on. The exact strategies of how to fill their chairs up because they've been missing out on so much money by not filling their chairs up because they're not collecting booth rent from empty chairs. Now they've been missing out on $20,000 for the last 6 months because they haven't been collecting the money from their barbers because they're not taking time to go fill the chairs, or they are, but they're doing the wrong things, which is why they're attending the webinar to solve that issue. Build their urgency with them. Here's just a video of an example email we sent out to nurses for a clinic offer, and it's a nurturing email, giving them some game, and also CTAing to a YouTube video. Post YouTube videos and use them to your advantage. The more people watch your stuff, the more they are inclined to listen to you, to buy from you, to attend your webinar, get on the phone with your sales rep, respond back to SMS, respond back to email. And Google research shows people buy after an average of 7 hours of content consumed. 7 hours of emails, 7 hours of SMS, 7 hours of video, whatever it is. At 11 touch points. 11 touch point meaning they've seen 2 YouTube videos, 5 Instagram Reels, 2 TikToks, 5 emails, whatever the blend is, across 4 different locations. Locations mean SMS, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you do 7 hours, 11 touch points, 4 locations, every email, SMS, every YouTube video is going to count towards this and stack the touch points. Google did a study on this and created the Google 7-11-4 rule. This is when, on average, people buy from companies. Use the same exact words from your ad in your email. If your ad said empty chairs, your email said empty chairs. Congruence is going to keep the right emotional state all the way to the webinar happens. Your action here is to write 1 value email, 1 objection email using the exact words from your ad. Talk to the people that are attending this webinar and signing up for it and give them value, make them reframe the way they think, and convince them to show up to your webinar before you even pitch them a product. The next thing is tracking. Tracking is super important. You want to know where your time and energy is giving you the most output. You want to tag things. Are people coming from an ad, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok? Where should I put more of my energy? Where is the highest lead quality, lead flow? As a business owner, as a coach, as a consultant, you should be worrying about all these things and properly tagging your stuff. I highly recommend is using Webinar Gym. If you're going to run webinars, you could try Zoom, you could try YouTube Live, you could try whatever you want. I've done all of them and I could recommend to you, use Webinar Gym. Before someone joins the room, they put their name, they put their email, so you could literally see the drop off points. When did they join, leave? Did they stay the whole time? Now you have proper tagging in your CRM for your dialing team to go call the most high intent people. Who attended the longest? Who watched the whole pitch? Came from the beginning all the way to the end? Who left early? And you can also see where things need to be improved and blame things in your slides, in the way you say things when you watch the replay back after you're done. And you could change them because now you know in Webinar Jam where somebody dropped off. Your action here should be set up your webinar tool, connect it to your CRM so you can actively see when people drop off, and not blindly just run webinars. Run them with full clarity and know where you need to improve. The next thing is the slide deck. The slides carry the message, and the script behind the slides, or what you say with those slides live, is what's going to deliver it. You can use Google Slides, you can make them on whatever you want, a custom deck. The tool matters less than the structure. Here's some different slideshows from my clients for their webinars, and you could pause it if you want to get some insight as to how they're built, but I'll make it easier for me to tell you right here. In the beginning, I begin with intro and credibility, then I move on to what the problem that they're trying to solve here is. Then I go to the cost of inaction, which is if they don't solve this problem, what's going to happen in a month, in a year, in 6 months? What is the cost of inaction? Build the urgency with them to listen to you. Then you want to show them the solution. Yeah, you want to solve this in 2 days. You want to solve this in 6 months. You want to solve this right now. Here's a solution to make that happen. This is exactly why they sign up for your class, to get a solution to their problem. Then you want to show them proof of your solution working for someone with their exact same problem. This goes back to basic marketing and sales. But then you want to present your offer. You want to pitch your product, give them a value stack, show them exactly what they would be getting if they were to work with you, if they were to sign up with your program, get mentorship from you. What are they going to be getting? Then you want to go into a Q&A. Q&A is so powerful as well. This is a place you can do objection handling, break limiting beliefs, shift someone's mindset. You could have a moderator inside your live to ask questions in the chat that you can go ahead and answer, and that somebody else that's still there attending and that is interested to listen, if they just hear this one thing, it may change their full perspective. They're going to go book the call and they're going to come buy from you. Another thing with the webinars is that this is going to limit the amount of knowledge your SDRs and closers need. Your closers and SDRs don't have to worry about informing every single prospect who you are, what do you do, what's your offer. The webinar is built to take all that away. All your sales team has to do is handle objections, put people onto the calendar, close deals. So again, sell the vehicle, sell the belief that they can actually do this, sell the coach, sell the person, why they should learn from them. And obviously the pitch length matters a lot. I recommend 45 minutes to an hour max, but you could run the pitch as long as you can. The only bad thing about running your pitch for so long is if people drop off. But obviously if you use Webinar Jam, you can clearly see where people drop off. So don't be scared to pitch too long. People are clearly here for help. So give them the help that they need, but make sure you analyze with scrutiny where you should be going and improving. And review your webinars every single week. Do not automate your webinar until you start converting a lot of money live and a lot of book calls live. With my clients, I still do weekly reviews of our webinars. We want to constantly keep improving until we make a perfect webinar that we can eventually automate. Once people are buying consistently, booking calls consistently, then we can automate it. Automating a broken webinar just scales it without a problem. If somebody misses your webinar and you're doing a post-webinar sequence, which I'll go into next, don't tell them here's the replay. Tell them I'm doing an encore. I'm gonna do one this next Wednesday as well. Make sure you attend this one, and they can hear from you live instead of seeing some webinar that wasn't perfect, that wasn't exactly the best thing that you ever did, and you need to refine clearly that you saw from your webinar reviews. Your action here should be build your slide deck in the 7-section order that I mentioned above before you write a single slide. You obviously know what your offer is, why you're helping people, but try to use this framework: intro and credibility, the problem, cost of inaction, solution, proof, your offer, and then the Q&A. And I promise you'll see some great results. The next part that's super important is the webinar script itself. Most of my clients like to follow a framework. They don't like to read word for word scripts. They don't want to use teleprompters. They just want to go off the knowledge that they have and off the dome, which is why, again, reviewing the webinars is so important, because you're going to catch things that you want to put into your script/framework that you use during your slides, because this is going to be very key to make sure you do the things in the right way. Something I do is have a moderator inside of your webinar chat. Your DM setter, your friend, your sales rep, have them in there planting questions at strategic times and feeding questions to you while you're presenting or while you're in the Q&A section, so you can again shift beliefs and handle objections. Here's an example of a true or false question. You need $50,000 or more to open a wellness clinic. True or false, guys? False. Telehealth starts at under 4K, mobile under 7K. This could have saved somebody, because somebody may have not hopped on a call, booked a call, closed, had this in the back of their head when they get price drop on the sales call. And if they hear this, they're like, oh shoot, I don't need 50K. I only need 4 or 7K. And now you've shifted their full mindset. And maybe they were thinking it is 50K. And now they're like, oh shoot, I didn't even look at it that way. And now they're way more inclined to listen to you all the way through to the end because you shift their belief and you're telling them why it's right and what they thought was wrong. And now they're like, oh shit, I never even thought about it that way. Another thing I like to do is dropping emojis in the chat. So if you're in the same situation as option A, if you're in the same situation as option B, put a fire emoji in the chat. Whatever situation you're calling out, again, if you're a coach and you're selling a product, you likely have an ICP. ICPs at different situations. And in the webinars, you can call out, if you're this, drop this emoji. If you're a barber with over 10 chairs and only half are filled, drop a fire emoji in the chat. I hear you, man. And it call out names. I see you, Dwayne. I see you, John. And it brings high energy in the chat. And everyone is like, oh shit, this is worth staying for. It's just so engaging. So your action step here should be write one true or false question for your next webinar that directly challenges your audience's biggest limiting belief that you see on your sales calls. Analyze your sales calls. Next thing that's super important is your post-webinar email and SMS cadence. Again, 40 to 60% of people never show up to webinars, but they're not dead leads. You need to retarget these people, dial them, text them, email them, and immediately after your webinar is over, hit them up. Call them, text them, email them, and people that dropped off within the early 30 minutes, hit them again and push them to the next live. You don't have to get them on a phone call. Maybe get them on the next live session so that they can watch the remaining amount. Maybe ask them, why'd you leave early? I saw you left early. Is everything okay? And you're gonna sound concerned as a sales rep, or if you're the coach that's still dialing, or if you're an SDR, it's just so much better. People that didn't show that dropped off early, you're gonna likely get them to come to the next webinar. Hey, I'm doing an encore, attend my next webinar. Or if people that attended fully, get them back in front of the booking page, make them go apply, make them book a call to the team, dial them, and give them value. So again, don't send replays at first. For your first webinar, skip the replay. This is my professional opinion. Send no-shows to the next live. Don't do a replay. Only automate once you're 100% sure you had a perfect webinar. Every gets better than the last. I can promise you that, especially if you're actually reviewing them. So add replays only once you know you have a converting material. After 7 days, anyone that hasn't booked into your next webinar, keep cycling them until they convert it to a webinar opt-in, they convert it to a sale, or they just block you or opt out. When you're doing this and you're sending out messages through SMS and you're chatting with these people, even on email, you can either have a human DM instead of responding to your emails and your SMS, or you can have AI. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one to do. I've done both, and honestly, both have pros and cons. AI is so much faster. You don't have to worry about the pacing of it. It's just so fast and never misses. And it only says things you want it to say, unless you didn't break it enough. If you keep breaking it enough, it's going to say the right things. If you just one time set it and go, it may not just say the right things, which is why human setters are important. And again, having a human is very good because they're sympathetic. Depending on how you treat your sales team, they're going to say the right things. So your action step here is build a 7-day post-webinar sequence and send to everybody that no shows, drops off early, or even attends fully, and be strategic with what you send them. Next is dialing after the webinar. These are the 2 hottest hours in your entire funnel. Once your webinar is done, you need to have your team slamming the phones. And here's your priority order. Number 1, the people that watched all the way to the pitch and went ahead and applied or booked. Call them ASAP. Those are the hottest people that need your help, that want to get on a closing call, that want to buy your service. Then you want to hit up people that showed up but left early and dropped off. Ask them why. Either redirect them to the next webinar at the encore, or get them on a sales call and maybe make the sales call after the webinar, depending on the timing of everything. Then the no-shows. Hit up everybody that no-showed. Hey, why didn't you attend? Is everything all good? We're doing the next one. Or if they're super warm, you had a great discovery with them, book them on a sales call. Why not? They're still a lead. And this window important so much because intent peaks after a webinar. They get to know, like, and trust you as a coach, and the pain is fresh in their brain. They know why they need to fix the problem, and they know how to fix it. They need your help. Call them as soon as possible. Every hour matters, and the longer you wait, it's going to drop. I'm sure you heard speed to lead. Speed to lead is crucial at this point, especially after a webinar. This call is so much easier because your sales team is not talking to strangers here. They're talking to people that fully attended the webinar, that know, like, and trust you as a coach, and they just watch you for 90 minutes to 2 hours. Trust is at an all-time high after webinars, and your team should be talking to these people. Your action here is block a 2-hour dialing window on your calendar right after every webinar. If you have a dialing team, they should be on that shit. But if you're a coach and you're still dialing for yourself, make sure you block out the 2-hour window. Don't stop after your webinar is done, and go dial these people because you need to make sales, and that's why you did the webinar in the first place. All that stuff makes one full system, one machine. Every stage does its job. The content, the traffic, the ad brings the right people in depending on what your creative is. Make sure you do your research and go look at your ads manager, go look at your competitors. The opt-in page sells the person on registering. The thank you page lets them know how to show up and to watch your video. The pre-webinar SMS and email cadence shifts beliefs, builds anticipation, and lets them know why they should be attending the webinar and reinforce their decision. The live webinar itself sells the vehicle and the belief in you as a coach. The post-webinar sequence converts no-shows and viewers into sales and re-attending people. Your SDR dial-in should hit at that 2-hour window, and make sure they're booking calls on their closer's calendar ASAP so that you guys can make sales. Make this a repeatable and profitable and predictable process. So your action here is audit your system today and see every single stage that I went over and what are you missing and what's leaking the most leads for you. What I want to show you is just some of my results and give you a call to action. This is what it would look like when your full webinar system runs. You can see we've collected a lot of cash. This is for the barbershop coaching offer. This is a hairstylist coaching offer that I ran that collected a lot of cash. This is for my clothing brand offer that collected over $300,000 up to this point. But this is just from when we ran webinars. So if you're a coach and you want to skip this entire system and have me build this for you, DM me on Instagram or click the link in the description. If you're a sales rep, if you're a closer, SDR, DM setter, and you want a job and you want to work for a hardworking team that's constantly improving every day, hit me up on Instagram or reply in the description as well. Your action step here should be pick one section from this deck and fix your webinar or build your webinar in the next 24 hours. Run webinars in 2026. I promise you this is one of the best things you could do. You recreate the organic sales process. People buy from your organic audience so much because they know, like, and trust you. They're consuming so much of your Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Now imagine you take a cold lead and put them through a 2-hour class, feed them YouTube videos, emails, SMS. You're so close to creating that organic sales process and fulfilling on that Google 7-11-4 rule, and money is right there waiting for you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for taking your time to watch this video, and I'll see you on the next one.